Molly is the newest engine on the island of Sodor. She is very sensitive and her feelings can get easily hurt. Her best friend is Henry the Green Engine, who has a crush on her.
Hey, I do not have a crush on Molly.
You obviously have a crush on her because you blush every time she passes by.
I do not.
Hi, Henry.
Hi, Molly.
James 1, Henry 0. Anyway, moving on. One day, Molly was resting in her siding when the Fat Controller came to see her.
Good morning, Molly, and how are you today? Excellent, because I've got a special job for you.
A special job? What is it, sir?
Well, I want you to take some coal trucks to the harbour. Salty is there waiting for them. And thanks to my wife's new cocktail brewing classes down at the town hall, I don't remember the reason why. Yeah, it's a disaster. And listen to this. They encourage people to use whatever they can find to make the best cocktail. The one I drank last night was called a double coconut surprise. And the first surprise was, there wasn't any bloody coconuts. It was made of gin, blood, and porcupine shit. Without the gin. That was the second surprise. Anyway, they need to be delivered as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
There you go again, Henry. That's 2-0 to me.
Oh, damn it, I did it again!
Molly arrived right on time. After backing down, she waited for the shunter to undo the brakes. She got more and more nervous.
I must focus and not mess this up.
Molly was doing very well, but she was still not confident in herself. On the way, she whistled as she passed Tiger Moth.
That's all we need, in it. Another fucking smelly steam loco. What's up?
What a jerk. That was not the reply I wanted. I only wanted to say hello.
It's about time I got to appear in the show again.
As she rounded a curve, the signal up ahead was red and she had to stop. As she waited, Molly began thinking about Henry, though she tried to keep that from the back of her mind.
Henry's such a sweet engine. I wish I could tell him how I feel.
Moments later, the signal dropped and Molly was on her way again. She arrived at the harbour where Salty was waiting.
Yarg! Ahoy there, lass!
Hello? You must be Salty.
The one and only. And ye must be Molly. The Fat Controller said you'd be the new engine on the island.
That's right. It's going to be my first time pulling a freight train.
You'll be fine, lass. I remember when I pulled my first freight train. 'Twas a cold, windy day. The waves were crashing against the dock. They were so big, I thought by 10,000 thundering typhoons that they'd wash us all away.
I'd love to hear the rest of this story, but I better go... I'd love to hear the rest of this story, but I get... I'd love to hear the rest of this story, but I better get on with this. Right. Hopefully do this right. I'd love to hear the rest of this story, but I better get on with... I'd love to hear the rest of this story, but I better get on with the job. Yes.
You'll have to come back sometime. I be having plenty of tales to tell.
I will. Bye.
After that, the foreman came over, saying that Molly had another task to do, and that was to deliver a train of tar from the mainland to the workmen who were mending the road. The yard manager explained that the tar wagons were being repaired, so they had to transport the tar in oil drums instead. Molly was unaware that this was a dangerous job if not done correctly.
I never expected to push a train before, so this is the first time for me. But I'll do my best.
After a brief check from the crew, Molly set off again, making sure she was careful all the way. Unfortunately, she wasn't as careful as she'd hoped to be. Molly almost charged down Gordon's Hill so fast she overshot a signal of danger. As soon as she saw Gordon and the express ahead, it was too late. Huh? What the... Tar drums flew into the air and Gordon was covered in a sticky mess from smoke box to cap. Even though it doesn't really look like it because we ran out of tar during production. But luckily, no one was injured.
Thought he was going to say luckily no one was hurt, didn't you?
Well, the joke's on you folks.
Gordon, I didn't mean it.
Didn't mean it? Didn't mean it? You bloody foolish bitch. Just look what you've done. You've ruined my new coat of paint and my face. What will the Fat Controller say about this? Just then, Sex, Cyber, Slovene and Unikitty arrived to see the results of the accident. Wowzers, what a mess!
This has to be the worst railway accident since the Flying Car.
Wait a minute, how did you know about that? That was before we found you.
I like to read the railway series.
Makes sense. Anyway, someone's got a hell of a job cleaning up this mess. And it ain't gonna be me.
It's not what it seems. I didn't do it. It's not what it seems. I didn't do it intently. Honestly, it was an accident.
Cyber, you and Slovene stay here while I go and call for assistance. Okie dokie.
Can I come with you, Zach?
Of course you can, Unikitty. We could do with the company.
Yay!
What do you have to say for yourself, Missy? If I had hands, I would give you a bloody good smack on the bottom. Well, if trains had any.
Hey, it's not my fault that I'm not used to handling freight trains.
What the bloody... Now look here, young lady. Hey, where'd she go? She was there a second ago. Maybe she used magic. Trains don't use magic, you idiot. Harvey is on his way, and where the crap is Molly? She vanished with magic. No, she didn't, stupid. She just ran away. Oh, that's all right. Wait a minute. She ran away? That's even worse. Just then, Harvey the crane engine arrived. Have no fear, Harvey is here. Oh, thank the maker. Hey, that's my line. Get out of here. Before long, the tracks were cleared and Gordon was on his way to the yards for a washdown.
Hello, Gordon. What happened to you?
That clumsy Molly crashed into me with a train full of tar drums.
Molly did that?
Yeah, she said it was an accident and I kinda yelled at her and she's missing.
What?
What's all the noise? I can't hear myself think about how to win Emily's heart.
Molly had an accident and Gordon scared her away.
Did you really scare Molly away, Gordon? Well, yes. But she should have thought of that before she crashed into me.
You fool, Gordon! You bloody fool! Molly's never pulled a freight train before today.
That's no excuse.
She's very sensitive and her feelings can get easily hurt. You stupid...
Yeah, Gordon, you Dumbo. Hey, don't call me my favourite Disney movie. Wait a minute. How do you know all that, Henry?
She told me when we first met. She's probably out there somewhere crying her cute little eyes out.
See, Gordon, I told you Henry liked Molly.
Of course I like Molly. She's my new friend.
I mean like her.
Let's not waste time with that. We've got to find her. Plus, we don't have very long till this special is over.
Good point. Let's get going. A new engine has gone missing. Not to worry. Dalek Sec secret agent is on the case. Oh, come on, it's been ages since I last did that.
Yeah, and it stopped being funny after a while.
But it's a classic joke. An overrated classic joke. Oh, you have absolutely no sense of humour, do you? So everyone set out to look for Molly. They searched high and low. Slovenia had searched under his bed. What an idiot. But there was no sign of Molly anywhere.
Any luck?
No, sir. No, sir.
We've looked everywhere.
She wasn't even under my bed. Slovene, what would a steam engine be doing under your bed? Sleeping? You plonker. Poor little Molly. All alone somewhere out there. Cold, frightened. And it's all somebody's fault. Seriously? I expect that to come from Henry. Minus the not blaming yourself part, even if it's your fault.
Why's that then?
You know, you liking Molly and whatnot.
Why does everyone keep saying that?
Well, I don't know where else we should look.
It's so sad. And you know how much I don't like being sad.
I know, Unikitty. I know. Well, when I'm feeling sorry about myself, I normally find somewhere where no one can find me. Somewhere I could get away from my troubles. Somewhere familiar to me. And I'd bring these pictures with me.
Well, Molly doesn't know much of the railway yet. The only place she knows as well as me is the... My God! You got it, Sec! You got it!
I have? Oh yes, of course I have. How have I?
I know where Molly is. I'll go find her.
Wonder what he's talking about then. If I know Henry like I think I do, I'd say he's going to the forest. What makes you think that? Remember Series 3 of the Classic series? The first series to have original ideas? Oh yeah. Will wasn't too happy about that one, was he? Molly was in the forest all alone. She was very unhappy with herself.
Why did it have to happen? Why?
She's here somewhere. I can feel it from my brain. Is someone there?
Go away!
Molly! It's you! Thank God you're alright.
Yes, it's me. What do you want?
The other engines have been looking all over for you, including the Fat Controller and myself.
Yeah, so what? They're just a bunch of stuck-up jerks as everyone else is. I'm sure you are too, right?
Hey, don't start with me. I didn't come looking for you just to make you mad like Gordon did. Mind you, he is at times too big for his own wheels. But anyway, I came all this way to find you, Molly, because I was worried, and not just me, but the others as well.
I don't care what anyone says or think of me. I just can't work right with like everyone else.
Look, I know you're upset about what's happened today, but you can trust me. Is there any reason why you're not fully experienced in freight work?
Yes, there is Henry. But I'll do that again. Yes, there is Henry. But do you promise not to tell anyone about what I'm really going to tell you?
Sure. Like I said, Molly, you can trust me.
Okay. You see, it goes like this. When it all started back in the days before I came to Sodor.
13 minutes later, you can nick it.
Oh my. So that's why.
And that's the reason why. Ever since I accidentally claimed the life of my old owner while on freight work, I never once went back to doing it again. And instead did passenger work. But that didn't last long either. For I was withdrawn from service, and I was supposed to be put into retirement. Luckily I escaped from the old railway and came here to start a new life. But it's never been the same for me. And I'm trying to put this behind me, but can't, for it bothers me with each passing day.
Well, at least you've told me everything. But Molly, I understand how you've been feeling ever since that tragic accident years ago. But you shouldn't go running away from everyone despite what took place today or what you did in the past. You're not the only one who makes mistakes. James, Gordon, Percy, Thomas, Rosie, and including myself have done so too. But there's always hope in trying again and succeeding. I, for one, learned that a long time ago. And to top it all off, I know for a fact that you'll try again in doing freight work until you get the hang of it. Because I believe in you.
Oh, thank you so much for that, Henry. If you do believe in me, then I'll give my best shot next time.
That's the right way to say it, Molly. Give it another shot and soon you'll get used to it. I'll teach you the more difficult parts of it when that comes. But seeing that it's getting late and approaching sunset, let's head back home together.
Okay then.
And with that, Molly and Henry headed back home, with Henry pulling Molly. They made it back to the station after sunset, where the Fat Controller was waiting.
Molly? Where in the gravel have you been? You left without a note, or even a TV guide.
TV guide?
I like to know when Top Gear's on the telly.
Okay. Henry decided to stand up for Molly. And I don't mean kicking the crap out of the fat man kind of standing up.
What?
Oh, nothing. Anyway.
Molly was in the forest.
The forest? What the gravel was she doing there?
She needed some time to herself. Then I found her, had a chat with her, and then I decided that it would be a great help to her if I showed her how to manage trucks. She knows me more than the other engines.
What a good idea, Henry. You can show her everything you know. Which isn't a lot, so there won't be much to remember. Anyway, would you like that, Molly?
Yes, sir. I would like that a lot.
Very well. I shall arrange it for tomorrow. Right after I've finished watching the latest episode of Doctor Who.
Molly, I'm not good with saying this, but I'm sorry I got cross with you.
That's alright, Gordon. I forgive you.
It won't happen again. I'm turning over a new leaf. No more yelling, no more being boastful. Gordon? Yes, sec? I don't know how to tell you this, but Slovene took a dump in one of your express coaches. He did what? I couldn't find a toilet. You couldn't find a toilet? You son of a bitch, you stupid c***, you brainless little shit. It was nice while it lasted. Henry finished doing a quick night job over at the fishing village. It was very late when he returned home, but found that the sheds were full. So instead he decided to stay over at Knapford's sheds, which was next door. As he was about to drift off to sleep, he heard another engine.
Molly, what are you doing here?
I was sent to do a little shunting at Surgery Yards, but got held up on the way back. As soon as I got home, the sheds were full, so I thought spending the night here.
Oh, I see. What's all that about?
I must admit, Henry, whenever you and I are together, I get a little nervous. But see you up close like this, you're actually cute and handsome.
I don't know what to say. Not many have said that about me, especially from a female steam engine. Oh God, she's really cute. I've never seen her act this way before. But then again, I've not felt like this either. I guess the other engines were all along. I do have a crush on Molly. Okay, I'm gonna admit this and get it over with. Here goes.
What's wrong, Henry? There's something that you need to tell me?
Molly, there is something that I've been wanting to tell you. I've always liked you, but
But what?
Damn! I want to tell you, but it won't come out!
What? Please tell me.
Molly, I love you. All this time, I developed feelings. Feelings that I could never give out to anyone else, for I thought I wasn't romantic material. But during the time I've known you, I've become more and more interested in wanting to go out with another engine. Do you feel the same for me?
Henry, I've always seen something in you that I never saw in the other engines. But you're different to them. I too have feelings for you, but I never voiced them out because I feared that you would reject them. I never thought I would say this, but Henry?
Yes, Molly?
I love you too.
A big smile crossed Henry's face. For a moment he felt like blowing off steam and whistling in sheer happiness.
Molly, are you really wanting to go out with me and be my girlfriend? If so, then this will be my first time in ever having one.
Oh yes, indeed I am. I'd be more than happy to be with you.
This is by far the best moment of my whole existence since I got my new shape many years ago. Molly, I love you more than anyone on Sodor, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Until the very end.
And so Henry and Molly kissed long into the night, thinking of all the times they spent together since that Christmas short Molly was first introduced in. But like all good things, this story must come to an end.
Oh, but I don't want it to end. I want this moment to last forever.
But Molly, if this special doesn't end, we won't be able to continue with the series, will we?
Can we at least end it with the use of still kissing?
I don't see why not.
Alright!
So Molly and Henry shared their love all night long. And I think I can safely say that their love will be made of Lego bricks stuck together with Craggle, which I will never get into. And you shouldn't either. Anyway, I'm sure Molly and Henry will stay together forever. And what have we learnt from this special? We've learned not to get pissy at others, never run away from your problems, and most importantly, we've learned how to give a character a big part when she deserves it. Goodbye!